Welcome everyone to my next video on ancient Indian art covering the Vedic and the Buddhist period from 1500 BC onwards. Now, art is unquestionably one of the purest and the highest element in human happiness. It trains the mind through the eyes and the eye through the mind. As the sun colors flowers, so does art color life, said John Lubbock. Now, welcome to my 23rd video on topics from ancient India, its art, architecture, music, culture, sculptures, and science. Now, after my successful video on Indian art during the prehistoric times, I bring to you today a glimpse of the art in India during the Vedic times and the Buddhist times from the period 1500 BC to about 6th century AD. After the decline of the Indus Valley civilization, there emerged the Vedic period in India and described in the ancient scriptures such as Vedas and oral narratives. Most of the information about the bygone Vedic era is based on oral history and remains cloaked in mystery in the absence of more reliable documentation or archaeological evidence. This narration therefore jumps to about 325 BC with the conquest of the frontier provinces across the vast stretches of the Indus region by Alexander the Great. Although he was forced by his mutinous soldiers to return to Greece, he had left behind some people in India to control the region, which include artists and sculptors and writers who adopted the indigenous culture of Mahajanapadas or the great communities. This resulted in merging of the Greek elements into Indian architecture and sculpture, which is known as the Gandhara Art. This style entailed combining elements of the evolving Buddhist iconography rendered in a realistic style. An example of this wonderful art from the period is the anthropomorph, a copper sculpture recovered from the basin of the Ganges. This flattish artifact cast from molds and embellished with hammering rather than through the lost wax process appears to have been made by indigenous people. This figure is characterized by semicircular blunted head resting upon shoulders with arms stretched inward, open pointed legs with abstract markings. This may have served as a fertility symbol, or it may have had some ritual significance. A dramatic change in the political and artistic map of the country began with the decline of the early Mahajanapadas and the emergence of the Mauryan monarchs and Buddhism as a popular religion. Chandragupta Maurya from 322 BC to 297 BC, who was the first imperial ruler of India and the founder of his dynasty, and his grandson Emperor Ashoka from 272 BC to 231 BC were patrons of art and the newly emerging religion of Buddhism. Initially, Buddha and his teachings were represented symbolically through stupas, which are essentially mounds containing his relics, and his abstract forms and emblems like the Tri-Ratna. The most famous stone sculpture of this time is the Ashokan pillar at Sanat, where Buddha perched his first sermon. This is an exquisite example of a single-piece stone sculpture and the official emblem of the Indian Republic. With an inscribed stump, the four roaring lions facing the four cardinal directions symbolizes the Buddha as a Chakravartin. The lion is a symbol of royalty and a totem of the Sakya clan. The Mauryan Empire was followed by the Shanga Empire between 2nd and 1st century BC, during which Indian art saw a thrust for decorative elements as depicted in the gateways surrounding Buddhist stupas. The carvings of yakshas and yakshis, or semi-divine guardian figures, demonstrate an emphasis on the folk deities and animals. A high level of technical finesse marks the art and architecture of this period, such as Asachi gateway reliefs achieved with recession techniques by placing figures above and behind one another. Endowed with a sense of rhythm, the narrative appears in collectives of sculptural forms integral to the monumental complexes with pillared verandas and decorated gateways. Between 3rd and 5th century AD, the Satavahanas built the Buddhist monastery of Ellora and Amravati, known for the distinct cultural figures and decorations. They also played a vital role in the exchange of ideas between the people of the Indo-Gangetic plains and southern India, and are credited with introducing coins embossed with images of the rulers of India. The Ajanta Caves are decorated with elaborate paintings on the interior walls and ceilings, as well as large sculptures. They were used by Buddhist monks as viharas or quarters for prayer and retreat. The mural painting in the cave one depicts the renunciation of King Mahajanaka of Mithila, who is believed to be a previous incarnation of Lord Buddha. The Gupta dynasty from AD 320 to AD 550 is hailed as a golden period of classical phase of Indian art. The 9 gems of Indian civilization, including Kalidasa and Vatsayana, who are renowned for their contribution to Indian culture, lived during this period. The poet and playwright Kalidasa and Vatsayana, the author of Kama Sutra, delved into the concept of beauty, especially female beauty, and this has influenced visual art of India over the centuries. While the Gandhara art flourished in the northwest Mathura near Delhi, emerged as another important center of art, particularly for freestanding sculpture during the Gupta period. Well, I can go on and talk about the wonderful art form of this period, but I must keep to the time limit of this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for notifications. Thank you so much for watching this video, and do let me know in the comments below how you liked it, or you want me to take up any topic from ancient Indian art, science, culture, architecture and practices. Thank you so much.